name is Lee Jackson, and I'm back with the Real Women of Philadelphia this week for Appetizer Week. And this week I'm going to be making sausage rolls with Philadelphia cream cheese. And I'm so excited to make this because Philadelphia cream cheese is a key player in this week's recipe because, as you can see, I'm only going to be using 3 ingredients for my sausage rolls. So the first one, of course, is our 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, 2 packages of crescent rolls, and 1 16-ounce package of sausage. I'm using the maple flavor, but you could substitute hot or mild if you like something different. So come on, let's get started and make these sausage rolls using Philadelphia cream cheese. So the first thing that I'm going to do is brown my 16 ounces of sausage in this high-sided pan here on the stove. And I'm using a high-sided pan so it doesn't splatter all over my kitchen. So what I'm going to do right now is just break up my sausage and I'm going to brown my sausage. Okay, so as you can see, I have a good brown on my pork. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to stick this spatula in the sink and I'm going to get my slotted spoon so I can put it in my bowl. And I'm going to move it over here and stick it on my hot plate so I don't ruin my counter. And I'm just going to use my slotted spoon to stick it in my bowl because I don't really need that extra fat. So I can just use a slotted spoon and get this out of here. This smells really good. Okay, so now that we have all of our sausage in the bowl, I'm going to stick this over here and I'm going to put it back on the stove and get it out of my way so I can get my cream cheese closer to me. Okay, so I'm just going to get a metal spoon and I'm going to take my 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese, and all I'm going to do, I've let this sit out on the counter for about an hour so that it'll soften, and I'm just going to add that right into my sausage mixture. And then I'm just going to stir it up. And the heat from the sausage, because I did just take this right off the stove, is really going to help me get this cream cheese worked in here. Okay, so I have this into a nice creamy mixture. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move over here, and I've just put out a large cutting board, and what I'm going to do is open one of my crescent roll packages onto my cutting board. Okay, now when you unroll it, what you're going to do is you're going to just take it and start at one end of your board and roll it all the way out. So here's the thing, crescent rolls are going to have these lines to be pre-cut into the rolls that you would make like if you were going to have spaghetti. So I'm just going to mash these in with my finger so that these lines aren't so deep with their indentations. You could use a little water on your finger, but I found that you don't really have to do that if you don't want to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half of my mixture and I'm going to spread it out over my crescent roll. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at one end of my crescent roll and I'm just going to roll it up. Now you don't want your crescent rolls to get warm on you because if you do, it's going to be really hard to roll. Okay, and then I'm going to pick it up and put it on my baking sheet. Okay, so now that I've rolled these up, I'm going to pop these in the freezer for 10 minutes because it'll make it so much easier when I go to cut them before I bake them in the oven. So I'm going to pop these in the freezer and I'll see you back in 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes, so I'm just going to grab my sausage rolls out of the freezer. Now, these are big sausage rolls, as you can see, but they're going to be cute appetizer size by the time I get finished with them. So I'm just going to put these down right here. And I'm going to grab my bread knife to make cutting a little easier. And I'm also going to go over to my pantry and grab my cooking spray, because that's going to help things not stick on me. Okay, so I've taken both of my rolls off of my baking sheet and I'm going to give my baking sheet a good spray so things don't stick. And then I'm going to cut these to about 3/4 to an inch in size and place these pretty little rolls on my baking sheet. I'm taking these rolls to a going away party tonight, so I'm kind of sad that I have to take them because it means that some good friends are moving away. But it's very funny because our good friends that are moving away, her niece, who's my age, is going to be there. And she always calls me Paula Dean. And she goes, Paula, what are you baking today? So she's so funny. So I know when I make these, she's going to say, well, Paula, where are your rolls? So Paula Dean, I have to tell you, you are my inspiration. And all my friends know that. And so they'll be asking where my recipe is. So hopefully I won't put you to shame on this one. Now that I've got all of my beautiful sausage rolls done, I'm going to take these and place them in a preheated 375 degree oven, and I'm going to bake them for 10 minutes, and they're going to be golden brown and delicious. So I'll see you back in another 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to take these out of my oven. Oh, don't they look delicious? I bet you could smell these a mile away. And I'm going to stick them right here. Now they are really hot. So I'm going to talk to you for just a minute about dipping sauces before I start to put them on my platter. So I used a maple sausage. So if you wanted to heighten the sweetness of this, what I'm going to use as a dipping sauce today is honey, because that's my honey, Mark's favorite. But you could also use syrup to be extra decadent. You could use hot mustard. You could use regular mustard. Really anything that you want to dip these in that you like, you could use. And what I could suggest doing at a party is maybe putting out 3 little dishes, and you could have a mustard, a honey, and maybe a hot mustard, so that whatever mood somebody's in, they could use. So I'm going to take these off, and I'm going to stick some on my platter. Okay, so I finished putting these yummy sausage rolls on a platter. So before I go, I've got to taste one. Because if I don't taste one now, Mark's going to get in here, and I'm not going to get any of them. So I'm going to dip it in my honey. Blow a little bit so I don't burn my mouth. That cream cheese makes these so creamy and delicious. And remember, I only used 1 8-ounce package of Philadelphia cream cheese. And that makes all the difference in this recipe. So I hope you enjoyed seeing me make my sausage rolls today with my Philadelphia cream cheese. I hope you'll try this recipe for your next party. It'll be a hit. Thanks so much.